Hello everybody and welcome to another longer and harder. I hope everyone is having a great day. I'm sorry, I have like Hans decided that right now is the perfect time to try to make himself comfortable on my lap. So he's being a bit of a dick. Hello. Welcome Surf Proso, welcome Micro, welcome Geo. I hope everyone's having themselves a great day. Oh, the lag. I'm sorry about the lag. I'm so sorry about the lag. Hey, the EOE, how is everybody? Bohobo, thank you for being here. So, we have a lot of things. Oh my goodness, we got a lot of people today. Phil? I'm gonna call you Phil. PHX Pilsy. I'm gonna call you Phil. If that's okay. Hey, Bullionator. Hey, Arutune13. How is everybody? So we have a lot to talk about, I guess. So that'll be good. Playing too much on your Switch. Yeah, I got really excited. I got a Switch for Christmas for my sister because she's awesome. So she got me a Nintendo Switch and I bought Breath of the Wild and it has been so much fun. My wife has actually been enjoying like watching me play Breath of the Wild, and she's been sitting there sort of making me do R&D's testing out the dial-up. Is it really that bad? Oh, it is that bad. Oh shit. Yeah, even YouTube's telling me it's bad. That's no good. It was fine when I started. I promise it was fine when I started. I don't know what's happening. Will I be playing Doom? I will probably be playing Doom on it eventually, Geo. I don't have it yet. I have to wait probably till my first paycheck of my new new job. So I started my new job, which is also cool. Phoenix Bilsey. Okay, Phoenix Bilsey. Got it. So I will be playing Doom. It's gonna be fun. I'm actually really excited about that one. It's gonna be pretty awesome. Yeah, I think YouTube is drunk at this point. No, I'm not on a cellular broadband. This is my regular one. It looks like YouTube is now saying that I'm good. I don't know why I had a hiccup there. But for a second there, it kind of did die. So I see what you guys are telling me, but we should be good now. I hope you managed to up your bandwidth this time. I really should start working on my bandwidth. The problem with my bandwidth is if you don't know how the States works when it comes to internet, it works stupidly. Which like if you get your ISP, so I don't have cable or a phone line because I don't need it. And internet companies here are like really kind of dicks about you not having their phone line or their internet or sorry, their cable. And so if you want to upgrade like your internet, they're like, well, we can, but it'll cost you like $100. But if you get it with this bundle with all this other crap that you don't need, then you'll be fine. And I was like, so they always make you pay for, like, if you want to upgrade, you either have to sit around and talk to customer service for like 2 hours, or you have to get their cable, whatever, or their phone line to do it. It's just the worst. Is this net neutrality dying for the undercover Mexican atheist? It might be. Yeah, I'm sorry we killed net neutrality. It's dead. Oh well. No, actually, it's not that. I've been hearing a lot of good things about net neutrality. You know, still putting up a good fight. I know that like there's a lot of states who are trying to write their own net neutrality laws. Just because people really want net neutrality. People were really happy about net neutrality. It's really only a handful of Republicans who don't. So besides them, almost every, all U.S. citizens kind of want it. It's extremely popular. What is your connection? I have 125 for 45 a month. I don't know. I know it's really cheap. I only pay like $25, $30 a month, something like that. It's pretty cheap. I've never looked at upgrading it because I've never really needed it, but I might need to start doing that. So we might do that. Speaking of which, Ben Shapiro is actually against net neutrality. So if you ever wanted another reason why Ben Shapiro is a bit of a dickbag, there you go. He opposes net neutrality. He's kind of he thinks that it's liberals being crybabies as always. Professor Stick already did a video about both this week about net neutrality. I only saw that he made a video asking questions, but I haven't or asking for people to ask him questions, and that's the only one I've seen from him so far. I really gotta catch up on some of my other videos, but yeah, Shapiro is kind of against net neutrality. There's a few kind of fringy Republicans who are really against net neutrality, which really is one of those things that's almost universally liked by people. Like it really does. It kind of transcends the whole political spectrum. Is everyone's kind of okay with net neutrality, and everyone would like to keep it, but you have 100 down, 100 up, and you pay like 25. Yeah, I'll have to find out. Oh yes, Riley lost. Riley lost on fuck of the week. The command is still there, so keep doing it. I'll have to find out. Maybe I can figure out why my internet is so slow. But that is besides the point. I am like way behind on all the things. So yeah, yesterday's video went relatively well. I didn't actually expect it to. I expected to be in a little bit more trouble than I was. So I am glad. There is also no housekeeping this week because there really just isn't any. Life has mostly been pretty good. I think I started a new job, if that matters. I started my job earlier than I expected. Not your dumb fuck. Yeah, I'm really disappointed by the loss of Anthony Riley. Most definitely deserved the dumb fuck of the year award. So. You no chance of becoming the law of the land if as it is so popular. Yeah, I know. Imagine that. Imagine that the people of the U.S. really like a thing and it's not gonna actually change. Yeah, it really should. I know that some states are trying to make it a thing, and I know that I can't do your funky letters. Those aren't real letters. I can't do funky letters, all right? Are you gonna do another video about Flat Earth Asshole? He's turned on his own. I know. I don't know if I will. I don't know if I'll make another. I kind of want to be nice to him. Hey, wow, nice to see you, man. I kind of want to be nice to Flat Earth Asshole because he is doing something that Flat Earthers don't do, and he's actually thinking critically and standing up for what he believes. Instead of just going with the crowd because it's what the crowd wants. So I feel bad giving him a hard time. So I don't think I will for a little while actually do a video on him. Unless, he'll probably say something stupid soon and I will. The other person that showed up was, what's her face? Gypsy Girl came back. As well. She's got a channel. I think it's still up. It might not be up very long. But Gypsy Girl's got a channel. She showed up and made one comment on my video. Sean Hufford showed up and commented back, and then she disappeared into into the recesses of the internet. So that's a thing. Yes, beer of the week. I don't know how to pronounce any of the words on my screen at all. So we're about to butcher some German here. It's pretty much what's gonna happen. So, Hofbräu Holtweisen? I think that's the company that makes it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's the company that makes it. It's a Hofbräu Munich. That's Munich, right? Like the München is Munich, right? It's obviously made in Germany, and it's a weak 5.1 it's a weak 5.1 alcohol percent alcohol. So that's actually I'm pretty disappointed at how low that is. Let's see. Hey Orion, thanks for joining us. Have you heard of Eric Dubay's channel getting shut down? Yes, I had heard about that. Good choice of beer. I hope it's good. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I had heard about what's his face? Eric Dubay's channel is being gone. That's what he gets for being a Nazi, I guess. So his channel's gone. That's fine. Oh, also there's a word. There's a word of the week. So Nightbot's here. Feel free to guess. It is around the ideas of. It has to do with the video yesterday. So. There is a word, you get 1,000 internet points if you figure it out. Go micro. So, yeah, there is, did I write beef? No, beer. I wrote beer. Reward a yeah, I think I got everything. But okay, so so we'll try the spirit in a little bit. I am working on Tentacles is a good guess, Paranor. That was actually really good. Does Nightbot care about lower and uppercase? I don't think he does. So the I was working, and I am still working on going through all of Eric Dubay's 200 proofs. And I keep sort of changing my mind on how I want to do it. Because the problem with Eric Dubay's videos, the 200 proofs, is one, it's all plagiarized from fucking what's-his-face. That one guy who did it. Hentai. We're getting there. We got some good guesses. And so I didn't necessarily... so it's all plagiarized. And he repeats himself a lot. So even though he says it's 200 proofs, it's really not 200. It's the same proof over and over again. So he'll say one proof and then he'll repeat it with like different examples several times. It's kind of stutid. And so at first I just wanted to do a video on all 200 of them at the same time and just be like, look, we're gonna Robothan, thank you, Ixion, thank you. That is exactly what I was thinking about. And so I wanted to at first just do them all together and then be like, okay, all of these proofs fall under this category, all of these proofs fall under that category. But I figured that would actually be too boring. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to separate them. Tsundere. You actually used the word tsundere in my chat. That's amazing. So I'm actually going to do little videos with like one or two proofs per video, and then add on, go on them chronologically. So if I hit one that's like for example, I think like 20 through 30 are pretty much the exact same one. So I pretty much just say like, this is all going to be the same one, but actually get to all of them that way. So that might be what happens. That's what I'm thinking it will be. So look forward to that. Hopefully next Saturday we will have an Eric Dubay video instead of an Eric Dubay, the first of the Eric Dubay videos, I'm hoping. It's mini kilt. Ooh, etchy. Well, I mean, you guys are getting you're on the right track. You're all on the right track. G-string, we're getting there. I'm surprised. I told this to my wife. Dubay came back. He's re-uploading. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he'll. So from what I'm told, his ban from YouTube is like a permanent ban. Like it's not a we're deleting your channel. It's a you, Eric Dubay, are no longer allowed on our YouTube page. And so as soon as YouTube catches on that he's back, he's just gonna get his channel deleted. But I'm sure he can come up with another channel that'll sort of, thrive for a little while, and then YouTube will find it, and that's all it's gonna do. Did you make this just to have it talk about dumb stuff? That is like most of my streams are. Most of my streams are dumb talking to me in the chat. Yeah, it's probably an IP ban. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just he's not gonna. He'll be back for a little bit, but he'll get his channel deleted. Yeah, you say that every. This is we're right on track for this show. We're 20 minutes in and haven't even tried the beer of the week. I did try pronouncing it. I haven't tried it. I did read it. But I'll get to that because I keep getting distracted by Eric Dubay stuff and explaining what I'm doing. So yeah, so that's Eric Dubay. Let's try the beer. So here's the quib that was on the or whatever the description that was on the beer, which says Munich wheat specialty brewed according to German purity law. Which I wanted to ask you, the hell is German's purity law? I am really curious about that one. Oh, this smells awful, Gio. I haven't even tried it. Oh, this does not smell tasty. It's okay. It's okay. It's not American, so it's not, it's not fucking Bud Light or anything. So it's okay, but it's not very flavorful. It's only 5.1. It really is kind of disappointing how low alcohol it is for German beer. So when I was out looking for this beer, I was trying to figure out, what beer I was going to do. And honestly, this is how they package it here. It's the shit Rhetoric and Discourse, is it? I mean, I maybe it's just that I'm you know, most of the beers that I've had are like really dark, like porters and stouts and things like that. So this isn't quite, you know, this isn't quite the what I thought it was. Wheat beer is an acquired taste, as our IPAs. Okay. German beer purity law says that beer may only contain water, hops, wheat, and malt. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, who did it? Matt. Matt, you got it. Matt figured it out. Matt got the word of the week. Woohoo! Way to go. What did you say? Matt figured it out, but Matt got it. The word was boobs. By the way. So, Paranor got it first, but I don't know why I didn't catch you, Paranor, but he did catch Matt. So, I guess you two can fight over who it is. Yes, it's gonna be a very boobalicious day. Which is why there's busty German ladies on the screen right now. So Paranor and Matt, you guys can fight over who said it first or not, but the word of the week was boobs today. I figured like that's what I spent, you know, that's what part of the video was about, was boobs. So yeah, we got there. All right, so oops, that's not what I want to turn off. I want to turn off that, and I want to turn off, where's the welcome text? Nope, the beer of the week text. Oh my goodness, I'm losing track of all my stuff. So, today besides having, we haven't actually picked the video that we're gonna say. Those are Munich Rinin, not Munich Rinians. Is that what you call somebody who's actually from Munich? Munich Rinians? So yes, it's gonna be a very booby day today. So we haven't picked what video we're gonna watch yet, because there's two of them. Because I did two of them. Busty women is redundant in German. That's a good one. I like that one. So yeah, we haven't picked the video, but before the video, I had Marty Leeds found my video. So, Sensei noticed me, and he left me one of the most brilliant comments ever on a video that I've ever had. And I kind of wanted to read some of it, if not all of it, because it is absolutely brilliant. One, it's this ridiculously long thing, and two, he makes some hilarious points on here. So I gotta read a little bit of it, just because it's too funny to pass up. So let's do a little bit of, most importantly, oh god, is this okay? And it didn't look this bad the first time. He deleted the video. I hated the new video about Ben. Oh, you did? Hello, Dope Stick. I'm sorry, Dope Sick. Sorry. I'm sorry you hated it. You can tell me why you hated it, but hey, welcome to the stream, my friend. I was actually surprised at how little hate the video got. Looking at the analytics or whatever, it was like 50 some upvotes and like 2 downvotes, so it was actually a lot better than I expected it to. I actually expected more people to hate it. So I'm okay with the amount of people who liked it. He's dumb, but you didn't really give any input on how dumb he is. My whole point was less that he's dumb and more that he's a hypocrite. I think there's other things that are definitely worth pointing out about his opinions on things. Like I said earlier, he's against net neutrality. He's got some weird ass opinions about the belief, about theism and atheism, which I've done a quickie on before. So he's got a lot of stupid ideas. The only one that I really wanted to focus on this time is how much of a special little snowflake he is, which I think is important because he says that he's not a special little snowflake, and I think that it's important to point out that he kind of is, that he's kind of no better than the people that he complains about. Marty Leeds sounds like a person with hedopus. I can't read that. I'm gonna try not to. So this is Marty Leeds. There's a couple comments that I really wanted to get to, but we'll get to some of these. So, are you serious? I have contradictions. No, I don't, bro. This is I think I mentioned that I pointed out that he contradicts himself. That he kind of contradicts himself in his videos. Because he's got all this numerology stuff, and then all of his numerology, he uses head up, ass tits. Ah, I see. That he used to use the shape of the Earth and the diameter, not the diameter, the radius of the Earth and the radius of the Moon. He used to use that as evidence for why his numerology was right, and then it's changed now that he's a flat earther. I've pointed out to him that, you know, all of his old evidence for why he was right is just it doesn't work anymore. Hello, Doopstick. There's a distinction between why each of them have a problem with movies, but you said the reasons were similar. They're not. One's for religious reasons, the other is narcissist. Let's see. Someone else, and maybe it was you, someone else kind of pointed the same thing out to me in the video. It left a comment similar that said that he's, that the reasons are different. I don't know if they are. Like, one could argue that maybe how they arrive at their problem might be different, but their problem is still the same, which is that they have a problem with what is being portrayed, and that's where their problem is. So sure, for Ben, it's religious that his problem is religious, that, you know, gays being accepted into society or getting married is bad according to his religion. Same thing with transgender people, individuals. And Katie's might be a little bit more self-righteous, as in it's her own opinion that these things shouldn't be promoted. But at the end, they both have their own subjective opinions about how the world should work, and they are both upset that there are other opinions out there being shown to people. That's kind of at the end what, like, you can call that reductive, I suppose, but at the end that's their problem is that. Like Micro said, they both see a problem according to their ideology, but and so they feel like complaining about it. So okay, the astrological story of creation videos are you discussing is like 5 fucking years old, dude. Why do you keep particular astrology video up when no one no longer believes certain aspects to be true? So people can see the progress and honesty of his work. That's right, I said it. I will say it again. Honesty of this work. Okay. Why not just call selfish, childish behavior as it is? That's true. Exactly. They both come to the conclusion that movies are influencing you with their agenda, but why the reasons they come to the conclusions is what you should have talked about. Maybe. I think both. I mean. The only thing that I could do is mention that one does it for religious reasons and the other one does it for self-righteous reasons. But even Ben Shapiro's reasons are kind of self-righteous reasons. Like he's still being a self-righteous dickbag, where he still thinks that his morality is superior than everyone else's morality, and everyone else needs to live by his morality, which is exactly what Katie is doing, which is she's saying that her morality is better than or superior than everyone else's morality, and everyone else needs to live by her morality. So, I mean, I guess I don't know what difference it makes whether you come to that conclusion for religious reasons or for I don't actually even know what Katie's reasons are, because she never gives them. She sort of gives the actually, granted, neither does Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro never actually says that it comes from religion. I'm assuming I'm assuming that that's where it comes from because he's right wing, he's a conservative, so I'm assuming it comes from religious reasons. And I'm assuming Katie's comes from also, I mean, not religious, but something that is pretty much faith-based. She's got this idea. Religion is narcissistic and dangerous, but she's very, very self-centered. Yes. No, I agree. I think Katie most certainly is very self-centered. I think, like I said, I think she's very self-righteous in her beliefs. She's very self-righteous in she thinks this is her ideology and everyone else must follow it. And if you don't, or even if you have ideas that she doesn't agree with being shown to you, yeah, it does come from some sort of SJW thing. I don't know what it is, somewhere, right? Which is the same thing that Ben Shapiro is doing. They're both being self-righteous dicks. That's it. Like, they really just are. And that was really my point, was more that they are not actually all that different than... They're not actually all that different from each other. They're both doing the exact same thing. Even though they are both... according to themselves, they are both at opposite ends of the spectrum politically. You know, you have the super conservative Ben Shapiro and the super liberal Katie. And even though they're at both ends of the spectrum, they still somehow manage to do the exact same thing. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to point out that hypocrisy. And also I wanted to point it out because I usually get accused of being a liberal cuck because I don't talk about social justice warriors as much. So I wanted to sort of throw it all in together just because one of the reasons that I don't do the social justice warrior, yeah, I point out the horseshoe theory. That's really it. One of the reasons that I don't talk about social justice warriors all that much in my videos is because everyone else does, and it's kind of it's something that gets done so you will, you know, Google it. You will find a billion YouTubers out there. There are some sort of weird creature with a suit on talking about social justice stuff. You know, you can find that, and I don't want to keep on that train. I'd rather there aren't a whole lot of people pointing out the hypocrisy of conservatives, so that's why I kind of wanted to take that route. I'm glad you're not loyal to the truth, unlike them. Who cares if you're a liberal or conservative? Tell us why. Yeah, and I've talked about that. I've talked about why I'm also not a liberal or conservative, why I don't call myself one of those things, and it has everything to do because the moment that you do, not necessarily, but a lot of what happens is once you start adopting a label, you bump into this problem where it's harder for you to change your mind because it doesn't fit with your label. So you kind of just, hi buddy. So you're kind of willing to compromise on your own ideals just because it suits your label. It's kind of like how one of the things I usually point out is kind of how conservatives talk real big about being for states' rights, for example. That's one of their big things, you know, states' rights. Gay marriage came about, and it's like, oh, states' rights. If a state wants to ban it, the federal government shouldn't impose. State rights this, state right that, and that's their thing. But the moment that you have something like Obama did a memo back when he was president for the the Justice Department to pretty much not prosecute states for legalizing marijuana, and that is very much so in the idea of states' right. Let every state decide. But all of a sudden, when conservatives get back into power, now you have Jeff Sessions in power, all of a sudden he's trying to go against that, and states' rights don't matter anymore. Now it's all about his war on pot, and now he wants to overturn. I think it's like over half the states that have in some form or another legalized marijuana, and he wants to overturn all that, going against the very idea of states' right. But being anti-pot is such a conservative thing to do. So it's that kind of stuff I don't really like. I will easily call myself a liberal, but I can't associate with the party, and I make that clear if anyone wants to know what I am politically. That's fine. if I have to shorthand, I will identify as a liberal. If I have to like talk to a stranger and I don't want to sit here and discuss why I don't identify, I will shorthandedly say that. But and even then, I don't necessarily agree with all liberal tenets. I shouldn't even call them tenets, but I don't agree with a lot of them. It's like I do, as much as I disagree with it, I do understand that that gun rights are a thing. And if somebody wants to exercise their gun rights, then I don't want to infringe on them because they exist. I would like those gun rights to not necessarily exist, or at least exist in a different way, but I very much so support people who are like, I have a gun and I can walk around with I can walk around with it in public because of my state, and I don't think that those rights should be infringed upon. He's got those. The day Colorado legalized pot, Obama went there on vacation. Yeah, and I was showing I saw videos of like people standing in line in California for midnight on New Year's Eve for midnight to hit so that they could buy pot in like huge lines in LA at dispensaries and stuff. It's crazy. I am fairly certain that California will be out of debt within a year because I was in Colorado not to pro states' rights until abortion, gayness, and healthcare and drugs. Yeah, exactly. I went to Colorado in November, and I went to a dispensary, and it was packed. Like, there was a line out the door. This was not quite winter yet, but there was like a line out the door. People were standing around waiting to get inside. It was crazy. It is crazy popular. So I don't understand why you wouldn't want to have that income into your state. And the only arguments that I know, pretty much all the arguments against pot smoking pretty much boil down to that it offends your sensibilities. Oh fuck! Don't get me started on cannabis. Debate has gone completely off the rails, especially on the topic of medical cannabis. That's true. Actually, I'll have to. $1 billion in tax revenue annually for California. That makes sense. I think it was like 200 and something million dollars per quarter in Colorado or something like that. It's something it's something insanely high. It's pretty cool how much money Colorado is making off of dispensary off of taxing dispensaries and stuff. It's been pretty cool. The U.S. should use Australia as a remodel when it comes to gun laws. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. I have my sister-in-law's boyfriend is Australian, and we talked a little bit about gun laws and stuff the last time he visited, and it's a very interesting system, and he seems very happy with it. He likes guns too. Like, he'll come to the States and he loves going to shooting ranges and stuff, but he's also very happy with gun laws in Australia. They seem to work very well. Since when does morality win it from tax income? I don't know. Your buddy owns a dispensary and made $45K last month. Oh, I'm sure he did. That was actually one of the things that I was trying to convince my parents to help me get started to help me get started on a dispensary in California before it opened. But opening businesses out there is kind of a lot of work and very expensive. But I'm sure that every dispensary that just opened in California is making bank. Like I said, even in Colorado, 2 years after it's been legalized, places were still packed. And I think I was in Boulder that I went. But I've seen, in Denver, they're everywhere. They really are. And it's not like there's a few of them. They're everywhere and they're always packed. I don't know how to measure pot, so sorry guys. I don't use it often enough to actually know what the measuring is. Basically, the government has essentially fast-tracked medical cannabis for certain conditions, bypassing the Danish equivalent of the FDA. Huh. For us, so interesting story about medical marijuana in particular is I used to have a client who suffers from seizures a lot. Like big time seizures. It's actually a really big problem for her, and her mom, who's ridiculously conservative, had talked to me about all this research that they've kind of found about cannabis and seizure disorders, and how she would really like Nebraska to be able to implement those laws. Let's watch cartoons. How she really wanted those laws to pass. And so we got talking, and I was like, yeah, I mean, Colorado is kind of a, it's legal and all that, and they seem to be doing very well. She's like, no, we can't make it recreational. Like, it just needs to be medical. And I never quite understood that divide, because it was very much, to me, it very much came off of, I want it only because it'll help my daughter, and I don't really care how it affects anyone else. Is a very selfish approach to legalizing marijuana, and it always kind of stuck to me that that's how she saw it. To me, I don't personally see any problem with it being legal in any form, really, especially with the way that it's been treated in the states that have legalized it, which has been that it's that is rather heavily regulated, and you get a lot of tax monies from it. By the way, Rhetoric&Discourse, did you introduce Marty to the novel concept of line breaks sometime? Oh, I just don't... Yeah, okay. Don't give him such a hard time about that. So he deleted his comment because, I guess he was embarrassed by it. And I messaged him. I was like, hey, are you recanting your thing? And by the way, if you ever want to come on my show, just let me know. I'll let you on, or you can come hang out in the chat or whatever. And he never got back to me, so I'm reading this out of the email version that I get sent. Because if you have comments, you get an email version sent, and this is the email version, which is the only one I have, since that's the one that saves it. Which is also why I have comments emailed to me, so that I don't lose them when people decide to delete them. I also have a buddy who had seizures, and weed made it so he could sleep through the night without a problem. Yeah. He used to poop himself sometimes when he was seizing in his sleep. Very embarrassing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of really great research and progress when it comes to cannabis and seizures. So it's always helpful. It's always great to see that people are getting some sort of benefit out of that. Okay, things and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna because we have like 15 minutes before the break. I'm gonna get to sort of the meaty parts about this. Oh, let's watch Big Mouth on Netflix. I wish I could. I love Big Mouth. That's a really good show. That show is hilarious, and it truly captures what being a teenager is like, and I love it. And it's all sorts of sweary and stuff, and it's amazing that Netflix just had the balls to put that show out there. I thought that was great. Okay, so kind of the important parts. He's mad and stuff at me. There was one. Okay, so he's got this to say, which I love. This is one of my favorite comments. Did I see you live streaming a video game on this channel? So he saw one of my things. Video games, huh? Seems like a great use of time. So Marty is actually genuinely bitching about me playing video games on the internets because, that's a good reason to complain. So I thought that one was great. And then, so, okay, because this is important. He, the original thing with Marty is that numerology is true because on a globe, the radius of the Earth plus the radius of the moon, ends up being circling the square or something, and he's got all the math and stuff. He says the combined radius of the Earth and the moon in the heliocentric model is given at 5,040 miles, which I would double check, which is nearly 99% correct. The entire geometry is found on the digits of your hands as the 28 phalanges of hand and feet reveals the 7 triangle number. Do the math and multiply 1 through 7 R&D and what you get. The fact that the ancient mathematical template is being used in the distortion of our cosmology says a whole lot. So that's kind of the one that I wanted to get to, is that it went from this is true. I know I'm playing video games. So his argument went from my evidence for why numerology is true is because of the shape, because of the cosmology of the universe. 2, it is this evidence is now actually evidence for how the powers that be, quote unquote, you know, the Illuminati, whatever's, are manipulating our cosmology to lie to us. And this is so important. This is such a great example of fitting the evidence to your conclusion. He has made his conclusion that the Earth is flat, and his old evidence, he doesn't want to get rid of it, so instead of getting rid of it, he's just going to manipulate it so that now it is evidence of how we are being deceived. So Marty Leeds just kind of yells at me for a while about things. It's great. And about playing video games, because apparently he does not approve of me playing video games, and thankfully I don't actually care if he approves of me playing video games or not. So, but that was really mostly what I wanted to show there. Which takes us to, what are we going? So not the lizard people then? I don't know. Alright, so what are we going to do next? We have 2 videos that we can watch. We have either, we can watch the Anime Vice video on Kill la Kill, and boobies and stuff. Or we can watch the Ben Shapiro video, and I don't think I mentioned it in my actual video, but it is a PragerU video. It was actually, he made a video for PragerU, so that's where I got that from. So, what would we like to do? Would we like to watch more? And I would make a poll, but I'm pretty sure that the Nightbot died. So, we're not going to. I still need to play that Noah game. Oh shit, I think I deleted it today by accident. So you have to resend me the Noah game. But don't send it to me now, because it'll I still gotta work out this new how I'm gonna get a new computer, because my plan on getting a new computer kind of got thrown off the rails by me having to kind of leave my job. It was Mark. Okay, great. Neither. So I got 1 vote for boobies. I got 1 vote for PragerU. You have to be kidding me. No, I know. I think I deleted it. I'm sorry, Gio. I was trying to clean out all my downloads. Those are the 2 choices. I would really be for Shapiro. Okay, so we got 2 votes for Shapiro. Get yourself some Ryzen. They're cheap as fuck now. All right. Nightbot is dead. Nightbot died a while ago. We'll give it a try, but I'm pretty sure Nightbot is like hella dead. So okay, we got 2. Get a gaming laptop, maybe. Yeah, Nightbot died. Nightbot can't handle it. Yeah, Booze won out today. All right, so we got 2 votes for Shapiro, 1 vote for boobs. We got 3 votes for Shapiro. Or is that you voted for neither earlier. Yeah, get the NSA and back up your stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Nightbot's dead. Sorry guys. Okay, so we have looks like we have like 1 extra vote for Shapiro than we do for boobs today. So it looks like we're gonna at least start off with Shapiro. Boobies count as 2 votes. There are no boobs on the NBA's bad video. Only the one that attractive sociology major. Oh yeah. Okay, so we got Shapiro. We got votes for Shapiro, which is fine. So let me get Shapiro ready if I can find it. Shapiro's video is also really funny because it's pretty much just like a really big ad for his book. So, you know, hashtag buy my book is very very important here. Hollywood wants your money. But so we got PragerU. We got everything. Okay, we got everything in there. Thing is, the experimental period was set up to be more knowledge on the effects and side effects, and they expect the doctors to be able to make informed decisions on when to give it. Oh. Yeah. So yeah, there's this Noah 3D game which I'd really like to play. I was gonna play on the stream, but then everything sort of went batshit crazy with my job and stuff, and then I never really got around to it. And then I was gonna get a new computer, which I'm not sure I'll be able to right now because my last job was kind of a dick. So we're working on things. Honestly, like I said in the comments, if you're viewing anime, you gotta know that you're gonna see some risque stuff. Honestly, you are. I guess must have been you. That said like that Katie's in for a rough time if she wants to be on an anime review channel, and has a problem with seeing scantily clad drawings. And you're very right. Boobs are very much so a plane. Boobs are very much so a mainstay of anime. I personally have no problem with it. I do understand why some people do, because there are times where it does get sort of a little bit over the top and kind of just ridiculous. Especially, there's a lot of stuff that really just gets really ridiculous. Let's watch Desert Punk. I would watch Desert Punk. Hey, Dr. Phobos, thanks for joining us. Desert Punk is a really good anime, and it also has a very, very risque scene somewhere near the middle endish part of it that's really good. Boobs are a social construct. That's very risque and very much so pushes the boundaries, but whatever. There's a new show on Netflix. Netflix has done, I guess you can consider it anime, but Netflix has done like a reboot, I guess, of Devilman. If you've ever watched the Devilman, I think there was a cartoon. I think there was an anime for it. I never did, but I know what it is. There's a cartoon or an anime, and there was also a manga, I guess. So they redid it, or they did a reboot, Netflix in particular, and like that has like full out sex scenes in the middle of it. It's kind of crazy. It's very artsy fartsy, but it's definitely in there. Like full out nudity is in there. But unlike sort of it being just for fan service, it really adds to the world building. Like the whole thing is about demons and the like demons and the vileness and the sort of awfulness. Like it's very violent and in a very stylistic way, but it's very much like that. And I think it adds like all the boobs and all the violence kind of adds to how horrible the villains are. And it's not just there so that you can it's not just for fan service. It actually serves as a way of world building, which I think is great. What show is this? This is the new Devilman. I think it's called Devilman Crybaby. It's on Netflix. Netflix Castlevania was really good. Netflix Castlevania was also really good. Netflix played Noah 3D and simultaneously talk about PragerU multitasking. I know I'm talking about all other things besides PragerU at this moment. Hulu is rebooting Animaniacs. Oh yeah, Hello Nurse is definitely gone, which is a shame. But yeah, no, if those are boobs and violence. Your favorite breakfast? Yeah. The Changeling is here. Hey, Tornado Pelt, nice to see you. So yeah, if you want to see, and I guess like that time that I talk about boobs on YouTube, like if you really want to go see animated boobs, there are places for that, which makes it weird that people like beyond sort of just like a little bit of fan service. If that's really what you want to see, there are places to go do it. Quit stalling. Stalling is like half of my half of my job. I can try to run it. I can try to run it at the end. How about that? Because that way, if it kills my OBS or whatever, if Noah kills my OBS, and then I don't have to feel bad about it. I don't have to try to start the stream over again. So I will maybe try at the end. So if you send me the files, which I think you did. Yes, you did. Did you send me? Nope, you sent me letters. So if you send me the files, I can try at the end. How about that? So All right, so I guess we can talk about fucking PragerU and Ben Shapiro. Buy his book, by the way, and let's see what he's got. So we'll get a little section in, and then we'll take a break because I gotta go refill my beer, and then we'll see what goes from there.
Imagine a group of activists so powerful that they could beam their propaganda directly into your brain. Now also imagine that they're so sophisticated, they actually get you to pay them to do it.
This I find funny, because he very much so sets this up like as a giant conspiracy theory. Like this is all also the fact that he calls other people propaganda when he's on a literal propaganda channel is just beyond hilarious. Like he's on PragerU. PragerU is kind of nothing but conservative propaganda. It's kind of a weird thing to like. It's a kind of a weird thing to say on a propaganda channel that other people are doing propaganda. But whatever. So he sets this up as kind of a conspiracy. Like this is all they're all doing it intentionally, which I don't think they are. I don't think. Well, at least not intentionally in the same way that he thinks is intentionally. I think what's happening is sort of progressivism or progressing, not in the sort of regressive left kind of progressivism, but just progressing as a society. Progressing as a society is something that's always going to happen. And the media, I will say media kind of does that in the same way that Van Gogh progressed art, in the same way that what he's saying is hilarious because he's doing Animal Farm by Orwell. Yeah, like media kind of has always progressed society in they'd always been kind of, they'd always push the level, they'd always push the limit. That's what media does. Media, and all sorts of media, not just television media, but all sorts of media is constantly pushing the envelope, which makes it progressive by its very nature. Conservative media doesn't do that, because if you're trying to just be conservative, you're not trying to push the envelope. So you're going to just stay, you're not going to help society move forward. You want to keep it either at a past point or at the current point that it is. So I don't think that what he's doing is actually, I don't think that what the people that Ben is accusing, the liberals in Hollywood, I don't think that what they are doing, I don't think they're doing it on purpose. I don't think there's this giant conspiracy to do it. All they are doing is they are pushing the envelope on what is acceptable in society, and that in and of itself will be progressive. Heart to Potholer. Yes, I have seen Potholer's 2 videos on it. Fun fact, there was the Magic Sandwich Show. I want to say it was the Magic Sandwich Show when Potholer did his whole he challenged what's his face, Steven Crowder, to a debate, and he was like, "Well, show up here now and debate me." And then Steven Crowder didn't show up. Potholer ended up taking a bunch of questions for that thing. For that time, he ended up taking questions from guests. So guests got to call up and talk to him in live on air. And I got to talk to him live on air. I got to talk to Potholer, and holy shit, I geeked the fuck right out. It was so cool. I got to talk to Potholer, and it was so much fun. He is such a nice dude. He was I'm still gushing at the fact that I got to talk to him. So he was just I geeked out. So if you find it, I think it's on the Magic Sandwich Show. I am one of the first few people who got to talk to him. I was like maybe a half an hour into the show, and oh goodness, I geeked out like in the middle of live on air. I geeked out about it. It was too good. All right, so with that said, we will take a quick pause here because my beer is empty. Where's my mouse? My beer is empty, so we are going to take a quick break, And we'll take a quick break, and I will be back to probably finish more of this. And if we get bored of Ben Shapiro, we'll move on to anime boobs and stuff. So I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Have yourselves a good time. I'll be right back. All right, and we're back, and I lost all my things. There we go. Sorry about that. We are back. Oh, how's the chat doing? The chat is looking pretty good. I saw some Doctor Who talking stuff, so yay for you guys. Yes, Doctor Who is quite good. Granted, I haven't actually watched it in a while. Once I moved off of Netflix, I just haven't watched it. I really should. I'm not sure how much of a fan I was of Peter Capaldi though. So maybe I gotta finish his whole run before I talk smack about it. But I wasn't into it as much as I was David Tennant or Matt Smith really. So yeah, you know, that's me. Maybe I gotta actually give him a fair shake before I give him a hard time. Peter Davison back. Those were the times. Who was? I know that there was So the next Doctor is obviously a lady. Whenever the hell her season starts, the next Doctor is obviously a lady, and people got their panties in a twist. And there was actually one of the previous Doctors who actually came out against it, which was I found kind of surprising. But there was this one previous Doctor who was actually kind of pissed about the newest Doctor being a lady. Capaldi was the first new regen cycle, and I'm sure they modeled him after Hartnell. Yes. Hi. Oh, Sean Hufford is live. Oh, that jerk face. Nobody go watch him. No. No, you can't. I don't. I prefer it if you stuck around, but you know you can't. I have to still watch some of the old Doctor Who stuff. I really only got into Doctor Who with Christopher Eccleston, and that's you know. So I'm one of the modern Doctor Who fans, not one of the old school Doctor Who fans. But I'm also not that old, and I'm also American. So Hartnell was the original Doctor. Okay. That's cool. I don't care what they have in their trousers. I want good writing. That would be, yeah. I suppose that is kind of important. The good writing is important. So, I liked a lot of the. They said I liked a lot of the David Tennant stuff. The Matt Smith stuff got started getting kind of a little weird. I'm not a big fan of the final Matt Smith episode. I don't think. Yeah, we have gone off the rails. We were way off the reservation at this point. The Matt Smith stuff got kind of weird, and I wasn't so much into it. The danger is that that they will now go for more mushy feeling stuff and romance. Will they? I don't. Yeah, I could see that being a problem. But like I said, I haven't watched Peter Capaldi's stuff. So I haven't finished his season. I obviously haven't seen this year's Christmas special, so I still gotta see that. I am kind of looking forward to the new Doctor though. She seems like a great actress and stuff. So that would be great. All right, so let's continue some. Tennant had good episodes, but he had his Rose fixation, whom I cannot stand. Even with Eccleston, yeah. And a long, I don't want to go goodbye fiasco. Oh, I like that I don't want to go. I thought that was great. I'm sorry. I got to disagree with you on that one. That almost brought me to tears, was him saying I don't want to go. Because, you know he's everyone's kind of favorite, right? Yeah. So, but I do agree with you on Rose. Rose was not my favorite companion at all. I liked Martha and... what's her name? Donna. I like them a whole lot better. They were a lot more active characters, and they did more. They were honestly better characters all around. So I prefer them if I could get it. I would have loved to have seen more Donna, because I think honestly she's been the best companion that the Doctor has had. And again, granted, I haven't seen a few of them, so. Rhett, if you went on for a year and a half. Now the question is, what's the likelihood of a Time Lord changing sex? Well, I mean, what's his face did, right? The Master did. He's changed sex, and I feel like it's been sort of hinted at in the past that they can change sex, that they're not really... that sex isn't something that they're kind of stuck with, Time Lord wise. But I don't know. I feel like it was hinted at, and so it's not really like a. I don't think of it as much of a. What at the end of the day, the whatever the cycles or the regenerations are kind of, have they stated the probability? I don't know. They haven't. I don't think they have. But ask Paranor. Paranor would know that. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, regenerations are just a, they're just a plot tool. They're not, it's not. It's a MacGuffin. Like, it's just a thing. Like, it just moves. It's just a way to change characters. It really, I think people put a little bit too much into, too much importance on it. I don't think it matters if it changes. Microgender change has been mentioned quite some time. Then the master gender in the series, and now the Doctor's a female. Yeah, you're definitely drinking. Digress much? Yeah, this show is mostly me drinking and talking to the chat and not actually listening to whatever, which is good because I usually don't want to talk about the things that are on the screen. There was a big finish Unbound where the Doctor changes gender because he attempted suicide. Oh, I did not know that. That is crazy. Oh, that is really crazy. So yes, we can talk a little bit about this. I don't want to talk about Ben Shapiro. Is such a fucking buzzkill. He really is. Oh, like, he's such a fucking buzzkill all the goddamn time. It's so. He's such an unnecessary old cranky man. Like, he can't have fun. You can't do the things that he doesn't approve of. It's just fucking nonsense all the time. Geostarver no timers are not immortal. They just have longer lifespans and can survive a couple of deaths. Oh yeah, they're not. Yeah, don't worry. This is actually the show. This is dupe. This is the show. But yes, we can talk about this idiot. Oh God.
Unfortunately, you don't have to imagine it. It's real. It's Hollywood. As big as the internet has become, Hollywood, and here I'm talking specifically about television, is still king. Not only does it reach hundreds of millions of people with its messaging, it embeds that messaging in seemingly innocuous stories.
So, I'm going to be later on, I'm going to be a little bit pedantic about this, but he is actually talking about TV in particular. That's his whole thing, is talking about TV, and he mentions things that aren't TV later on, but I'm going to be pedantic about that when that gets there.
Stories that distract us from the hardships of daily life. Stories that make us feel good, compassionate, and decent. We watch TV, in other words, because we like it. And just as a...
Yes, yes, it's entertainment. We do that stuff. No. What are we knowing about? Yeah, we watch TV because we like it. We read books because we like it. The movies maybe, but the internet is beating out TV. Yeah, I think I see his point about how TV is still big. It hasn't quite switched over, but it will soon. TV will die. I'm pretty sure as soon as the old people die, TV will die. Especially with a lot of even a lot of just cable shows running, streaming their content anyway. I'm relatively certain that it's not going to be very much longer before cable TV is just done with. The internet is the future. Is just how it's going to be. So, but for now, I think I guess I'd have to look up the statistics, and if you want to, Micro, you can. That how many people watch cable TV versus how many people watch internet TV or internet shows like YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, all that nonsense. So yeah, but moving on.
Americans didn't think much about the carcinogens in the cigarettes they smoked for decades. Most Americans don't think much about the toxic politics in the television they watch.
He used the word toxic. I kind of wanted to put him out. I'm not gonna die. I'm going to regenerate. Yeah. So toxic stuff on the TVs, because the TVs are problematic. And we got to talk about how problematic the TVs are. I don't even watch TV much. I don't actually have cable. I don't have cable. TV is still around, and the same old people at the home era. Sure, they are. And how you know about them, but people rarely visit them. No, I mean, TV is a relic of old people. They will die and TV will cease to exist. Like most of modernity, is as the older people sort of die off, the newer things pick up pace. So, you know, it will happen that less and less people are going to have cable. It's I think one of the biggest reasons why, since net neutrality got brought up, I think it's one of the biggest reasons why net neutrality is such a big issue for cable companies, is because they are noticing that they don't get to charge people the crazy amounts for internet that they can for their TV stuff. Like, if you ever sit down, in case you haven't, in case you're either too young or whatever, but if you haven't gone and tried to get cable, it's an absolute bitch. It is just the worst, because everything that sentence got butchered. All my sentences are gonna get butchered. I haven't watched Yeah, that is a terrible sentence. I haven't watched cable TV or cable in 10-ish years. Long live video on demand. Yeah, video on demand is gonna win. Cable will be like AM radio in 8 years. It's gonna die. It really will. But yeah, no, if you ever try to buy TV, you know, you get your basic cable, and then if you ever want to add anything else, they start piling on like these channel whatever groups, like, oh, we'll get you the Stars channels and the this channels, and I think people are finally getting tired of that. Don't you guys get everything for free over there? Over satellite? No. I wish we did. Satellites aren't real anyway. Yeah, AM radio is still a thing. AM, it's a lot of conservative talk show hosts are on AM radio. So old people who still know what he's still old people pretty much, or who listen to AM radio, because that's actually one of the bastions of conservative media is AM radio. So, but yeah, if you like, buying cable sucks. You have to buy, besides having to pay just exorbitant, huge. I can't speak. Huge amount of, just a huge price for cable TV. On top of that, you still have to watch ads. It's not like ads go away. Yes, that's true. We do get basic cable for free. You still have to pay for, or listen to ads, even though you pay just a ridiculous amount of money to get it pumped into your TV, into your apartment or whatever. You still have to pay for ads. One of the benefits of video on demand is, you know, if you pay for Netflix, and if you pay for Hulu, and if you pay for fucking Amazon Prime, is that you pay a relatively small fee. I think Amazon Prime is like $10 a month or something, and plus all the other benefits you get with Amazon Prime. But it's no ads. It's video on them. You don't have to sit there for a stupid. You don't have to sit there for it to come out in, you know. You don't have to sit in front of your TV and watch it when it comes out. It's on demand, and like all of the video streaming, video on demand stuff is so much better than cable that the only thing keeping it alive is old people, and they'll go away. So we will have internet channel packages in the future. That's if net neutrality dies, we probably will. I did see that YouTube has whatever, it's coming out. YouTube TV is a thing now, which is weird. Greeting, guys. Hey, Guy the Incognito. Nice to see you. Oh, for those who don't know what the fuck I'm about, Denmark might be getting a thing called Danflix, which would be like Netflix, only for all the Danish channels. Huh. Yeah. Hopefully we shouldn't I'm forced to pay for TV to get my internet. Yeah, that's how it works a lot of the time here in the States too, and it's really stupid. Every year around June-ish, I have to call my ISP because every year they jack up my rates for my ISP, just for my internet. They jack up my rates. So I pay like 25-ish, 30-ish dollars a month for internets, and they'll jack up my rates to like $70, $80. And so every year I have to call them up and be like, "Hey, I don't want to pay whatever amount of, $80 for internets because all I want is internets." And every year they're like, "Well, we can save you money if you get the NFL football package, whatever." And it's the biggest load of crap. It's awful, and I hate every bit of it. So, it's because of the housing you live in. Well, this is how we have to deal with it in the States. Like, in the States, they give you a quote-unquote, and I do that with air quotes you can't see, deal on internet if you get all their cable nonsense. And it's stupid. Hey, Pure Carbon, good to see you here. What's Ben bitching about now? Ben is bitching about cable TV and how problematic it is. And we are discussing why cable TV is going to die soon, which makes Ben Shapiro's kind of point here useless. So we'll see. All right, so we can get back to a little bit more Ben Shapiro here.
But those who create that content do. They spend out hour after hour of slickly produced left-wing propaganda, and they give themselves awards for doing it. They applaud each other's courage, even though all their friends think exactly as they do.
I'm pretty sure all of your friends think exactly like you do, Ben Shapiro. That is what we do. We hang out with like-minded individuals. I don't know why that's... I mean, the echo chambers are a problem, but your friends... Stop saying problematic. I know. So none of them said problematic, but I kept saying it. The problematic would have been a good word. No, they make TV. Yeah, they make TV. And like I said earlier, the whole TV thing, this isn't some conspiracy. It's just that if media wants to stay relevant, if you want to write a book, if you want to make a movie, if you want to make a good TV show, those kinds of things only get, recognition. They only become popular if you push the envelope, right? Like, you try to... Like, and this has been a thing since the very, very, very beginning of entertainment as it is, that the entertainment that gets people excited, the entertainment that gets people talking about it is the one that pushes the envelope. It's not the one that sits there and just does the same thing over and over and over again. And you see this in all media. You don't just see this in TV. You see this in movies. You see this in music. You see this in books. Like the what was it? One of the most popular books not too long ago was what's it called, 50 Shades of Grey or whatever, right? Because it was scandalous. It was talking about something that other people don't talk about. It was risque, and that's why it was popular. It wasn't popular because of its good writing. If you'd ever try to read one of those books, it's absolutely crap writing, and that's not what made it popular. It didn't become popular because of its writing. It became popular because of how risque it was, because of how much it pushed the envelope. This is true of all media, but Ben Shapiro has a fucking problem with it being on TV. That TV pushes the boundary. 50 Shades of tame and badly written story. It really is. It's a terrible story. It really isn't even all that risque, right? Granted, I haven't actually read most of it because it's pretty boring. It is really just it's really bad. Because the liberalism would count mostly as right of center in Europe. Oh, is that true? Probably true. Yeah, right. Like, you create scandals, you push the envelope. What's his face? A fucking perfect example is it's what's his fucking face? Logan Paul, right? Like, he's becoming popular right now. I mean, he was popular before, but like, the only reason people are talking about him right now is because he's fucking scandalous. Like, that's That's what gets people attentions. Being conservative, writing conservatively, isn't going to do that. And I think Geo broke. Isn't gonna do that kind of, isn't gonna make that kind of big change. It's just the worst. All right, what are we talking about? You really hit a good point. Conservatives hate the free market of media because conservatives' ideas won't exist without private capitalism funding. Yeah, actually, it was a point that I cut out originally in my script. I had a point about Ben Shapiro complaining about this, even though it's a market, it's a free market thing, right? Media is a free market thing. The reason that these shows thrive and survive, did that there, is because people like them. It's because people enjoy them. It's because people pay money for them. If people didn't like them, then they wouldn't be surviving. So in a lot of ways, Ben Shapiro complaining about this is Ben Shapiro complaining about the free market. Gio's writing on 50 Shades of Grey and RGB. I see. That's a great show streamer. One bored housewife wrote a lot of other bored housewives so they could read in secret and feel daring of having such risque book in their night desk drawer. Yeah. Anime, we might get to anime eventually. We might eventually get to the anime Pure Carbon. Right now we're on the Ben Shapiro thing. We might switch over to anime because Ben Shapiro is boring. Granted, anime one is boring too. They're both kind of boring. We've been all over the place. We've been talking about net neutrality. Ooh, did we mess up the pattern? All right, well, I'm gonna let Gio finish up his 50 Shades of Grey, and we're gonna move on.
I spoke with nearly 100 members of the Hollywood community when I wrote my book, Primetime Propaganda.
Buy my book. Hashtag buy my book. When Eminem became popular, Congress tried to pass laws against marketing for him, and Rush Limbaugh wouldn't exist without Heritage Foundation. It is very true. I think Gio has turned into a number station. No, I think you're right. That one of the reasons that Eminem became so popular was entirely because he pushed the envelope. He said things that other people wouldn't say. It is a Twilight fanfic. That is true. That's why these things become popular. It's not because they're necessarily good. And honestly, I don't even like Eminem. I never really thought he was good from the get-go. But they become popular not because they're good. They become popular because they fucking, they did risque stuff. They pushed the envelope or whatever. So I do agree with you, and that's what's always going to happen with media. And Ben Shapiro sees this as being leftist propaganda when it's really just progress happening in the world.
And many of them openly admitted they inserted social justice messages into their shows. How they do it is both clever and effective. Hollywood writers, producers, directors, actors create characters we keep wanting to spend time with, then have those characters act in ways most of us would judge wrong. Then, in effect, they ask us a question. Isn't it really okay that Rachel from Friends decided to have a baby without first marrying Ross?
This is exactly it. What is it? Eminem was admitting to murder in his song, and that's what pushed the envelope. Even if it didn't do it, he said it. Yeah, that's right. So this is a perfect example of the same thing. And Ben Shapiro kind of talks about this a little bit more coming up, where he talks about how older shows promoted traditional marriage. And he's right. Older shows did promote traditional marriage. And now, because that wasn't actually pushing the boundary enough, they decided to push the boundary as something that wasn't socially acceptable at the time. Friends, which was to have a kid outside of marriage. And they made their characters act in a socially unacceptable way, which does two things. One, it pushes the envelope, right? It makes it risque and all that. And two, and I think this is the thing that Ben Shapiro has the biggest problem with, is that it makes these characters sympathetic. After all, I Heart Lucy had them in separate beds. It's true. But I mean, you know, that's true of like most TV now. It's so much more. Honestly, even conservative TV now is probably way more risque than liberal, quote unquote liberal TV was, you know, 50 years ago. So they just they are so they're creating characters that are sympathetic. Like, these are people who you like somehow. I don't like Friends, so someone else is going to explain that one to me. But these are people that you like. These are people that you get along with, and they are acting in ways that you might potentially find to be, you know, a risque thing, which it muddles the water of what is morally right or wrong. It's a lot like what what's his face Dexter did when the Dexter TV show came out. It's a lot like what Dexter did, because, you know, if you've ever watched Dexter, Rachel wasn't special. Sure. If you've ever watched Dexter, the whole thing is about the serial killer who kills bad guys, pretty much, and it creates a gray area. Tell me, Gio, what are you doing now, Gio? And it creates a gray area where you no longer know if what you are doing is, you know, what you judge correct is actually correct. It makes you question yourself. And that's there was a comment. I'm losing comments, Gio. Ben Shapiro and Fox once got angry at Sesame Street for poking fun at Fox News and having what they said was a liberal bias. And I'm pretty sure they got pissed. There's I don't know if she's in the American Sesame Street, but I'm pretty sure she's either in the American one, but I'm pretty sure she's in the African Sesame Street. Is they have this one character, this one Muppet, who's got AIDS. And the only reason I remember hearing about this is because everyone got their panties in the twist that there's this one Muppet who has AIDS, and people were like, "You can't show that to children." And I think it was the African version of Sesame Street, and they were like, "No, this is actually important for the country that we live in because this is kind of the kind of people that you interact with." But people over here lost their shit over it. So, I forgot what I was going to. R&D that she wasn't special was continuation of the previous comment. Oh, I would read your comments more often, but Gio keeps breaking them up with all the other things. At Real Donald Trump, the fake news award, those going to the most corrupt, biased, and mainstream media, will be presented loser on Wednesday, January 17th, rather than this coming Monday. The interest in the importance of these awards is far greater than anyone could have anticipated. Yeah. I don't like. There's a lot to say about those tweets. I don't like that. Mostly because we're supposed to, and I know that's not always true, but we're supposed to have, you know, free speech and freedom of the press. So I find it extremely wrong that the president is trying in a lot of ways to infringe on that. And I don't think that's very cool. Oh, I love the anti-vaxxer reaction to the girl on Sesame Street workshop was fucking great. I don't think I saw that particular reaction. But yes, so yes, media constantly asks you to anal fisting gives you Muppet States. Oh god. Guys, I can't read half of these sentences out loud. Oh god. So, I forgot what I was talking about. Things and stuff. Girl. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to look this up with the girl with autism. I think that'd be great. To actually read about that. I still have to read. Oh shit! I'm getting like texts and stuff. I still have to read that one. I still have to read that one book from Amethyst. So, When are we going to watch the video? We've been watching the video. I've been doing pretty good. I've been doing pretty good. So yes, Rachel had a child outside of wedlock, and this is bad to Ben Shapiro. So he's upset, and he thinks there's a conspiracy to make everyone more liberal, and reasons and stuff.
After all, you like Ross, and you like Rachel. How can what they do be bad? It hasn't always been this way. For decades, Hollywood promoted traditional American values. That changed, as did so much else in the late 1960s and 70s, when Hollywood stopped celebrating American values and started transforming them.
So I am sure, but I bet this would probably require an actual thorough investigation. You know, not investigation, a thorough research into what values were actually being shown on TV. It's more like conservatives started than R&D gets distracted when he has to read all the awful stuff. That's true. So I am sure that this was not a change that just occurred overnight. This is not a one day Dick Van Dyke was popular and pushing traditional values, and then the next day it was all of a sudden we were pushing up we were being, liberals or whatever. What's up? Hey, Guyver! Nice to see you, man. Thanks for joining us. I need to make Guyver a mod. Guyver, if I can click on the right spot. Okay, Guyver, you're a mod. You don't have a job. You just get to talk all you want without having to do the things. Oh, also, I keep forgetting. I keep saying that I will, but Bo Hobel needs to also be a mod. All right, there we go. We got 2 new mods, Bo Hobel and Guyver. You do not have a job. You just get to talk as much as you want. That is it. That is your that is what you get. So yeah. So I would love to, and non-employing. Oh wait, I'm missing things here. What a traditional American value is: killing Indians and hanging witches. Oh, and not employing Irish immigrants. Yeah, and the blackish pink and cotton. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh God. Micro. Micro. All right, well, we gotta read this comment now because I got 20 DKKs, whatever the fuck that is. Anal fisting gives you Muppet AIDS. Gives you Muppet AIDS. All right, well, that's what I get for having Super Chat on. Oh, I did, didn't I? Anal fisting gives you Muppet AIDS. So, no, that's just the very thing. Oh, wait, okay, Guyver said a thing. It's 20 crowns, still $4 or $5. Yeah, I think that's what it usually translates to. Thank you, Micro. Very, very nice of you, Micro. No, just like everything else is just progression. Yes. So like I said earlier, just Ben thinks that this is conspiracy when it's not. I do giggle like an anime schoolgirl. It is awful. So, and I'll tell the story because getting distracted is my thing. Yeah. Ben Shapiro thinks this is a big conspiracy instead of it just being, the world progresses. Ben is problematic. So like 10 years ago, I got to go to a concert for Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. And at the end of the concert, they were at the front lobby signing stuff. So I bought their CD and I had them sign it. And because I'm a giggly girl. Oh, Bo Hobel, thank I can't. Oh, no. Oh, anal fisting gives you Muppets AIDS, please. Oh, goodness. Thank you, Bo Hobel. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, the comments. Thank you, both of you. Oh, my goodness. There was something here. I was saying a thing, and I forgot. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Alright, I'm gonna play the video because I entirely forget what I'm supposed to be talking about. Oh, goodness. Oh, I gotta click on the right spots.
Example, in the early 1970s, abortion was a hotly contested issue. A year before the Roe v. Wade Supreme Court case, the top-rated TV sitcom Maude featured a storyline in which the title character of the show has an abortion. The LA Times described it as a watershed moment in TV history. Why? Well, because it removed the stigma of abortion. Millions of Americans...
Oh, goodness. Yeah, abortion's bad. Something good. Can't. All I can think about are Muppets now, and the places you shouldn't be sticking things into. I can't stop hyperventilating. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. So yeah, things and stuff. Abortions are bad. So abortions are bad. I ran out of beer. I feel like I need another one. I can drink a third German beer because apparently they're not that strong. Yes, abortions are bad, and Ben Shapiro isn't happy that people who get abortions are painted in a sympathetic light, where they're not actually these horrible people who just want to murder children and are instead, normal people. Can we abort Ben? I would be okay with aborting Ben. And are just, they're just normal people who maybe bump into places that, or bump into trouble that they can't have children or don't want children. And maybe they're just normal. Or homosexuality. Yeah, he does that too. And Elmo voice. Oh my God, no. I don't even know if I can do an Elmo voice. I don't think I can do an Elmo voice. So I'm gonna skip it because I don't do well with voices. The fucking Torah has procedures for an abortion. It does. And yeah, there's. I mean, I actually this is one of those places where I don't think I align myself with almost anybody when it comes to abortion. I don't know of anyone else who sort of holds the same opinion, on abortion than I do, which is that I am cool with abortions at like any time, period. Like I don't think that it's something that the government should be involved with. I don't think that it's something that your neighbor down the street needs to be involved with. I think it should be a decision between the people who are involved, probably just the two people who are involved, which are the woman and their doctor. And there should be their only decision. And the only reason that I think this is because I can't sit around and try to decide if any or all situations are abortion appropriate. Like, there are so many possible situations that a person can find themselves in where they might or might not need an abortion. They might need an abortion, I should say. There are so many situations that I can't sit here and pretend like I can dissect them all and say at this end we can no longer have one, or at this point it's okay. I think the people who are capable of making the decisions are doctors who are well informed, and their patients who need to be informed, and that's it. I don't think it needs to involve anyone else. I don't think the law should be anywhere near it. I don't think churches should be anywhere near it, and that's just me. Are you okay with 180 months after abortion? That depends if it's schism or not that we're talking about. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm trying now. I have to read these. So now I have to read the comments in my head first before I read them aloud because they're mostly inappropriate. Okay, so we're gonna try. Yeah, let me turn. Oh my goodness, where am I at? That's not what I want. That's what I want. We're gonna turn that off and turn that on. We're gonna go like that. Okay. So we're gonna try to do if my ex-girlfriend has an abortion that I don't want to happen, but she decides after saying she's going to have the baby after 7 months, that's not cool. So that actually does take I should be able to abort my children before they turn 18. So that's where it gets tricky, because I do believe that the other partner, I mean, it's gonna be a dude, because the dude is also responsible, should also be given an opportunity to decide the things. Because like Dope Sick said, if my ex-girlfriend has an abortion that I don't want to happen, but she has an abortion that I don't want to happen, and she's going to have the baby after 7 months, that's not cool. Because I do think it matters, especially, and unfortunately because of the way laws are written. If not, I'm married now, so you know, all of this is hypothetical because I'm married. But if I was dating somebody, and I got them pregnant, and they decided to keep them keep the child without my consent, I think that it should be people, and I think this should happen on either end, is that I think people should be able to decide, I don't want anything to do with this child, and I think there should be a way to do that. You should be able to say, I want nothing to do with this child, and then there should be a legal way of saying, all right, then you're not allowed visitations, right? You're not allowed you're not allowed to claim them as dependents. You're not allowed to have any contact with them, period. And I think that should be allowed on both ends. I don't think that's necessarily a one end or another. So if a man wants to have, gets his girlfriend pregnant, and he is determined that he wants to have this child, then I think there should be a way for them. There should be a way to set that up that he can have that child, as long as he is willing to pay all medical expenses of the birth of the child, and is willing to compensate the woman for, time lost at work or whatever, and then is willing to raise this child with absolutely no support from the woman. If the woman can just be like, no, I am done, he is your child, and has, but at the same time, I think the woman has to get rid of any and all rights to ever have contact with that child, unless the parent wants to. And I think that should happen on both sides. But this is where my opinions tend to be a little bit more extreme. Yeah, the man, at least some say, but I don't think that they should be until at least after a certain period. So don't like it's a cut and dry if you're pro-choice. Yeah. Also, it is a horrible argument to prohibit any abortion, as some are fathers who would want the child born. That's pretty much 1 in a million situation over thousands, if not hundreds. I don't think I read that right. Also, it is horrible argument to prohibit any abortion, that some rare fathers would want to get a child born. Yeah, I know. I don't think, like I said, this is why I don't think that the government should have any say in it at all. I think it should be it's a medical decision. Like, it really genuinely is just a medical decision, and the people who should be involved in that medical decision, I'm getting to Noah, and then I get talking about abortion. That I think, it is a medical decision, and it should be, oh my goodness. Micro. What is this? Oh my goodness. Abortion is just another way to get a quick snack. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now I'm gonna forget what I was talking about. I'm gonna try to set up Noah now. Alright, what do I have to? I have to do things to set up Noah. I have to put things in boxes and stuff. Okay, new windows. But yes, no, I don't think that anyone else should have any say on abortions besides medical practitioners and their patients, because everything else seems kind of. Did I have it already? And microbloganism, you're disgusting. Oh goodness gracious! I am. This has got to be the one comment section that has just devolved. Oh goodness. Okay, I got Noah 3D going. Okay, so let's see if we can play just a little bit of okay, I have to launch this other thing. Oh my goodness. Does it all have to be capitals? Probably does. Noah 3D. 3D? Yeah, okay, I got it. So let's get this going. There we go. All right, we're gonna play a little bit of Noah 3D, hopefully, and things won't die while I'm doing this. Your comment just got vandalized by Vikings. Oh my goodness! All right, so we're gonna try to be. How do I run? Oh my goodness. We're gonna try to play some Noah 3D, and see what happens with this game. Oh, bananas! That is really loud. Oh, that is really loud on my end. Shit. I gotta fix this. Okay. Sorry, that nearly killed my ears. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay, we got Noah 3D running now. Super 3D Noah Arcs. I don't even know how to do this game. Okay. I guess new game. Okay, which episode should we pay? Carl the Camel. Carl the Camel, Ginny the Giraffe, Melvin the Monkey, Carrie the Kangaroo, Ernie the Elephant, or Bert the Bear? Should we start at the beginning and just move on from there? A shooter that is dove approved. Back? Should I go back? What do we got here that we need to do? You need to press Alt F5 until the lag stops. Oh, there's a little bit of lag. I see. Alt, what'd you say? Alt F12? What? I don't think that's gonna work, because if I do that, okay, Alt makes that menu come up. Okay, so we're trying. Okay, we got kangaroo. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna go to the kangaroo, carry the kangaroo. We're gonna do normal. I don't know what my controls are. You're doing a great job, Noah. You take care of that Melvin like a real pro. That wasn't sexual. I hope you haven't worn yourself out yet, because more challenges are ahead. Carry the kangaroo awaits you as she doesn't look the least bit tired. Are you ready for her? Oh, God. I don't think. Oh, it's control. Okay. I don't think people read this this thing all the way through. Okay. I don't have any. How do I do this? Oh, it's E. How do I turn? Oh God, this is awful. The controls are just like the worst thing ever. So the lag has mostly to do with me failing to control this thing. Ow! I died! I died! I'll pay you shill money if you shut the cancer generating music off. Is the music really that bad? Alright, let's see. Sound. Okay, sound. Music. None. Okay, there we go. I was watching this dumb video for some reason called FJ Sheen, the reason atheism leads to communism, dystopian societies. Oh my goodness, that sounds great. I swear I tapped up for 5 minutes. I know. Okay, back to game. So I died. I got killed by what I assume is some sort of goat thing. Antelopes. It was okay. It was an antelope. I don't know how to. Okay. Okay. Oh, I do have food, but it doesn't. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! They okay. They hurt. Okay, so let's not go that way because that way that gets me killed. Apparently, I'm also probably just terrible at this game. Ah! You are indeed a shill. I am a shill. They are literally Wolfenstein 3D. I'm trying to use my mouse, and because I keep trying. Okay. Okay, so the antelope are here. Oh my goodness, I can't strafe. I don't like that I can't strafe. Ah! Game over. Oh my goodness, I can't. Okay, I think we have to stop at the... GeoStrubber obviously has the highest score here. It is a Seinfeld. Okay. I thought it sounded familiar. It is like the Seinfeld. Okay, we're gonna start at the beginning because, I might have to. I am not good at this. You'll be out of the ark in 6 days. Unfortunately, the animals are tad bit restless and want to get out now. Good thing you brought all that food with you. You'll need to put the busy ones to sleep. Okay? At the end of the first day, be prepared to deal with Carl the camel. He's been real cranky lately, and he's a bit out of control. Good luck and be careful. Oh my goodness. It is a reskinned Wolfenstein. Oh, okay, now I have lag. I was doing okay there for a while. Okay, I think okay. So I have fruit now. I don't know what fruit does. What does fruit do? So we have fruit. I might have to go super easy. Ah! Oh! He's dead! Or not, he's asleep! He's not dead, but he's... Okay, I put one of the guns... Oh, good! Ah! Ah! Is something behind me? Where'd you come from, you little son? Ah! Okay. I don't know where that guy came from. I thought I was doing just fine, and then he came out of nowhere. Oh, these are cages! Okay, they got out of their cages, I see. Okay, that's funny. The snoring sound effect is kind of funny. Okay, so now I have a little bit more feed. Okay, I don't know what fruits do. What do fruits do? It's like a grenade? Ah. I mean, if you're Noah and you're stuck on a boat for like however many days, he might have engaged in that. Ooh, okay, I got health. Oh goodness gracious, this is not a good game. Like I feel like most of what made Wolfenstein 3D good. How do I throw a thing? How do I throw a fruit at them? Grenade fruit. Oh, that was just okay. So we're done with that room. Moving on with life. I guess we'll go to this room next. Ah! Like most of what made Wolfenstein 3D so much fun was killing Nazis. I'm not sure. Oh, they were spitting goat. Boom. Oh man, he like really took down my health. I'm not doing so hot anymore. This is hard without strafing. I keep wanting to strafe. Like that's one of the problems right now. I keep trying to strafe. Yes. Well, this is like auto aim. You're just not good at games because you're a non-believer. If I had more faith, I probably would be better at this game. Ooh, health. Jesus loves me. He gave me some health. Use the tab for map. Ah, okay. How do I throw a grenade fruit? Fruit grenade. I do like that sound. Oh goodness, I regret all my decisions. Oh, question. Oh, hey. Okay, we actually get a question here. How old was Noah when we had Shem, Ham, and Japheth? Anybody know? I don't think I know this one. I want to say 700, but I think he was young. Maybe 500. Do we get something good if we guess the right answer? A real Christian wouldn't need to touch the control, just win. Oh goodness. So what should we do? What do we got here? 100? Okay, so we got Micro says. Oh, Micro, you were wrong. You lost us. Whatever. Hey, go away. Oh, I died to horrible Seinfeld music. All right, that was actually kind of fun. We might have to give that a try again some other time. But for now, we are going to end the things and stuff. That was fun though. That was really cool. 100 years before God wanted him, so about 400. Rhetoric&Discourse, what absolute madman gave you that game? So surprisingly enough, the reason that Geo got me this game or sent it to me was because I got it recommended on Steam. Steam recommended it for me. It was great. So yes, thank you everybody for showing up, and thank you Micro and Bohobel for your generous donations to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you everyone else. I hope you all have yourselves a good weekend. Let's cross our fingers that I can get my shit together, and I will hopefully have Eric Dubay on Saturday, at least probably the first 1 through 3, I'm thinking, proofs of his channel. And as always, remember to do all the important things and stuff. Is that your cat in the background? It sounds like he has initiated Project Kill Human. No, that's my wife making dinner. So she's probably yeah, which might also involve Kill Human, depending on how mad she is to me today. Micro, the Bible says that God decided after the flood that 120 was plenty. Huh. All right. So, yes. Stuff and things I was going to say. Hopefully Eric Dubay. Everything else. Don't forget to do the stuff and things. Follow me on the Twitters. Don't forget to upvote the videos so that the Flat Earth bots don't get it. And everyone else, have yourselves a wonderful week. I will see you all next week for the next longer and harder